So let's get right into it. I'll show you what I'm throwing this year and let you check out what's in the bag. First of all, the bag, Grip Old Tour Series bag. Love this bag. Super comfortable. Great bag. Holds everything I need. It's lasted me 10 years now. Haven't had any problems with it. Great bag. Thanks, Grip, for making quality bags for us to enjoy the game. We'll start off with the putters. Right now, I am currently throwing 2 of the Pro D Roaches, pink holographic stamp. I like this putter for straight putts, lofty putts with the wind. Anything I want to throw 50 to 100 feet, I know it's, going to get that straight glide. It's going to turn a little bit, but not too much. Great putter. Next, I carry 2 of the old molds, first run mold actually, Jawbreaker Roaches. More grippy, more like a medium plastic. Great putter also. I throw this one more for Anheuser putts, little Heiser putts. It's basically a less stable version, I believe, of the Pro D, and a little softer but grippier. Better in colder weather. Also great putter. Newest lineup putter is going to be the EV7 Penrose Medium OG. Love this thing so far. I've made a lot of great putts with it. It feels great in the hands. The plastic is super grippy. It almost reminds me of the San Marino AVRs, but more firm, not as floppy. Great putter though. I like the lip right here for your finger. It's super comfortable. It feels good. Super stable when you're throwing it. You can just rip on this thing and it's gonna stay on any line you want to put on it. Anheuser, Heiser, straight. It's a really cool putter. The only thing I don't like about it is the bead. I've never been a fan of small bead, big beads. Like the Roach doesn't have a bead. With this one, I guess after time it will probably wear, so it's not that big of a deal. But it'd be cool if EV7 would make one that didn't have a bead. I'm sure with the same style, lip, and plastic, sure it would be a big hit. But newest edition putter in my bag, I really like it. I have to get some more. It's a great driving putter. Can't say enough good things. So let's get into my driving putters. This is my bar stamp Discraft Crystal. I've had this thing for 12 years now. Love this disc. It's beat in enough where it's stable, but it doesn't turn hard left on me. I can just throw it flat, straight, and it just keeps that straight line and drops. It doesn't turn left. It doesn't turn right. I've had it in my bag, like I said, for probably 12 years. Love this disc. We super bummed if I lost it. This is my more stable version, which is the 4-time Paul McBeth Zone Z plastic. Nice and stable. Pretty much the same as that, except that it gives me that left turn at the end. Great putter. Driving putter, whatever you want to use it for. Zone is just, it's one of the best discs made. That's all I can say. Let's get into my mid-ranges. I'm currently throwing 6. We'll start off with the Buzz SS. Great disc. Use this for my S-turn lines. It's really controllable on your technical shots. I could throw it at a Big Annie. It'll hold that line. I've been throwing the Buzz SS, I think, since they first came out. I've actually got probably 2 or 3 aces with the Buzz SS. Not this particular disc, but Buzz SS, great disc. In my opinion, just almost probably as good as the Buzz. Since we talked just about the Buzz, I have the Z Plastic Buzz. Love the Buzz. I like it because I can throw it straight, and it's gonna go a little bit left unless I rip it really hard. Then it's gonna turn a little bit right on me and then turn left. I can either throw it on an anhyzer, and it will hold that line and not turn left, but I got to kind of, you know, put it at more of an angle. Great disc though, more for my technical lines, if I want to weave in between trees, whatever I want to do. One of my favorite mids, this is the Old Run Wasp, Waco edition, 2004. Nice and stable, not too stable, so I throw a flat, it's going to go left. If I throw it a little bit of Annie, it's going to hold that line, but it's going to come back a little bit. It seems like the newer Wasps are a little bit more understable, which I don't like them as much. I really like the older run better. But great disc, definitely a Wasp, got to have it in the bag. Next is my newest mid-range, the Malta, an ESP plastic. Love the Malta. Great disc. It's pretty stable. You can throw it on an anhyzer line. It's going to come back at the end, you know, just barely come back. You can throw it flat. It's going to go left. Great mid-range. I like that it's a little bit smaller in diameter than the other mid-range line, like the Buzz and the Wasp. It's more of the size of, I would say, like the Zone. But really good disc, controllable. Love it. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite mid-ranges so far. Next is the 09 Kansas City World's drone. Love the drone. Been carrying this one in my bag for about 10 years. Stamp's pretty faded, but super durable. Nice and stable. Throw it flat, it's going to hyzer. If I throw it in an anhyzer, it's still going to come back hyzer. One of my go-tos. Love the drone. Hard to find right now. Everybody's loving them, but definitely a must in my bag. I also carry a Buzz OS. Now, flight number wise, this is supposed to be more stable than this one, but I don't know if it's just this particular run, the Z-Flex plastic. This is just super, super flat. This thing's like a meat hook compared to this. I can throw this and it'll go nice and flat and straight, and then at the end it's going to turn left. This one I got to throw really hard because it's going to turn left hard, like real hard. Love it though. Love the Z-Flex plastic. Carry the Buzz OS and the drone just for my more into the wind shots, and anything I want to go left with. Plus they both get pretty good distance. Let's get into my Fairway drivers. Annex is the newest one to my bag. ESP plastic. Love this disc. It's like a short version of the Force. Pretty stable. It's nice and flat. Gets that left at the end. I mean, you can turn it over, but this one's pretty stable. I have another one that's a little bit more understable that kind of flips over on me. This one, I don't know if it's the color Discraft's doing now or what they're doing exactly, but love the Annex. This one's really stable. Definitely a spot in my bag as well. This is pretty much the first Fairway driver I started throwing by Discraft, and it's, you know, pretty new disc too. I haven't really thrown very many Fairway drivers. This is a first run Mantis in Z plastic. Great for my big S Flex shots. Very controllable for your super tech shots. I don't know if anybody else is throwing it for this right now, but I've been doing rollers for a couple weeks now, and I've tried a lot of discs. I hear the Avenger SS is the best. I haven't tried it yet, but this is really good for rollers. I've been having really good luck and consistency with it. I can just throw it right here about this, like on an Annie. It lands perfect, and I easily get, you know, up to 400 feet on it for not putting a lot on it. So definitely like the Mantis. I don't really know. I don't know if this is I don't think this is a maximum distance. I think this is just the distance / fairway, but this is the new Glow Vulture, Crystal Vulture, I believe. Sparkle Crystal Vulture. Really like this disc too. It's has a smaller rim, which is a little bit more, you know, grippier, easier to, you know, rip on. I like that when I throw it, I can throw it flat, and I can throw it hard, and it's going to get a slight Annie, and then it's barely going to fade back at the end. if I put it on an Annie, it'll pretty much hold that line, but definitely like this disc. Enjoying this one. Next is going to be the ESP Hades. I was kind of iffy on getting a Hades. I know it's more of a beginner disc. I can see why they like it. You can rip this thing and it just flies. It goes forever. I usually use it for hyzer flips. I'll throw it like at a hyzer and get a nice flip out of it, max distance. Or I can throw it on a big Annie line too, with some power into it, and it'll just hold that line. It goes forever. I mean, this is an awesome disc. This is like probably one of the coolest discs I think that Discrafts came out with in a while, just because it's so beginner friendly and you can really get a lot of distance out of it without having a big arm or a lot of arm speed. Next is my Z-Flex Thrasher. I haven't thrown it in the ESP or the Z yet. I really like the Z-Flex. It's probably my favorite plastic by Discraft right now. It's just really grippy. It's gummy. It's easier to grip in the colder weather. And when it hits too, it will skip and it will bounce, but it digs in a little bit more because it's gummy. It seems like it takes that impact. Plus it's super durable. This I like to throw on my big, super S flex lines, or I like to throw it at a hyzer and get a nice hyzer flip out of it. You get a lot of distance. I see a lot of people throwing these right now. The rim's a little bit smaller than the Max rim, but it's a really great disc too. I like the Thrasher a lot. Now let's get into my distance drivers, maximum distance drivers. Now this is my first run Nuke OS. I don't really throw it for distance. This thing's a meat hook. I mean, it's super flat, and it's weird with the first runs because they're just like inconsistent on the rims. You see that milkiness with the clear, and there's kind of like little swirls in it. I use this mostly for upshots. I'll use this for my sidearm upshots or my hyzer upshots where I want to skip and roll a little bit. I mean, this thing will skip. I think I've skipped it up to 100 feet, maybe more. Usually anywhere from 30 to 70 feet it'll skip if you throw it hard enough. But it's great for getting around a corner that's hard left or hard right. But definitely love the Nuke OS. Super stable. I have thrown it in a tournament that had 40-mile-an-hour headwinds. It was the only disc that I could throw flat or on an Annie that would not turn right all the way over and still came back left. So it shows you how stable this thing is. Great disc though. Love the Nuke OS. Right now I'm carrying 4 Forces. Probably my favorite disc that's ever been made by Discraft. It's more stable than the Destroyer. I just love it. It's an awesome disc. I have the charcoal gray, which is my max weight, most stable one. I don't know if Discraft is doing color wise or how they're doing the stability right now, but it seems like some are a little bit understable, like the Paul Macbeth editions, or some of the newer Z runs, like this is a newer Z run, or a little bit more flippy. This one's really stable, so I don't know color or what, but love this. This is my max weight for in the headwinds, hyzer shots. This is my basically my lighter version of this disc. Same thing, super stable. It's the newer run. I love throwing this thing with a tailwind on a big anhyzer. I mean, I'll put it at a 45-degree angle, and it just goes over, but it's going to flex back at the end, and it'll even skip and roll. Really great for max distance. 2 of my favorite discs. This is my max weight. This is an older run. This is the older Z run. This thing I've had for 10 years plus. Pretty beat up. Super stable still. Love this disc. I don't know what the difference is between these and the newer runs, but I do kind of like these more. I have several that I have in my collection. I just don't really like putting them in my bag because I don't want to lose them. They're just really cool, and I just love them. Next one is a lighter version of the newer run. I think this is a 170. This one's a little bit more flippy. Definitely, if I throw it flat, I throw it really, really hard, I'll get that S line out of it, which I do like. I get maximum distance out of it, but it's not as stable as my other ones. But another one I carry, just switch it up a little bit. I do, like I said, I love the force. Next is going to be probably my newest addition to my drivers, which is going to be my Zeuses. You can see they're all pink. I've been buying brighter colors lately just because they're easier to see. I'm getting a little bit older. My eyesight's not as good as it once was, so the orange, green, brown, any of those types of colors, or even some of the darker colors, I can't see as good. And I don't want to be looking for a disc for an hour or 2 hours. It's just too time consuming. I'd rather be playing. On these ones, they're a little bit different too, so I don't know how Discraft's doing them, but like this is my straight, semi-flippy, but comeback Zeus. This is what I use when I don't want to go straight, little S line. Great disc. This one's a little bit more stable. I can still throw it at a little bit of ante, and it's going to go hard right, but it's going to come back left at the end. I mean, this thing will turn on a dime. It's crazy. Love this one too. This is my most stable one. It's actually probably more stable than my most stable force, which is weird. This thing's a meat hook as well. I don't know if it's the little dip on this one. The other ones don't have the dip, but this one has that little dip in it. But this thing is like, I can throw this into a headwind as hard as I want, and I have to put it on an Anheuser line to get it to turn over a little bit, or it's just going to meat hook and go hard left on me. But love the Zeus. Great disc. For my shorter shots that I want a lot of stability, hyzer, I actually throw the first run Raptor, which I do like, and the Discraft limited edition Venom Z, I think it's Z plastic. Can't find them really that much anymore, maybe on eBay or something. Love this disc. Kind of wish Discraft didn't stop making them. It's just, basically it's the version of the Raptor, but with a bigger rim. Same stability, same distance, pretty much almost the same disc, except I like the bigger rim on this, because when I want to throw this, I want to get that skip out of it. I'll get the skip a lot easier. This one doesn't skip as much. Still love it. Good disc. I carry both just if I want to skip, and sometimes I don't. But great disc, both of them. Next up, I carry two Z-Flex max weight Punishers. Love the Punisher. This is more of my controllable distance, short turnover flex line. Love the Punisher, especially, like I said, love the Z-Flex plastic. Super grippy. This one is a little bit more beat up, so I'll throw this for like if I want that big Anheuser with a lot of distance and just to flip up at the end. This one I'll throw, you know, more precise, but just straight flat, and I'll get that nice S turn out of it. But Punisher, great disc, definitely spots in my bag. Last but not least are my maximum extreme distance drivers. Is a first run Nuke in Z plastic. I have a few of these, same color, same stamp, everything. Love this disc. This is a 169, so it's a little bit lighter. This is what I throw with a big tailwind. Get a lot of distance out of it. I'll usually throw it at a slight hyzer. If I throw it flat, it's just going to turn over harder on me. I have a lot of arm speed and a lot of power, so if I rip on it too much, it's just going to turn over if I put it flat. So I got to put a little bit of hyzer on it to get out there. But another great disc. I know everybody loves the Nuke. Nuke's great disc. This is my Z-Flex plastic max weight. I use this one more for a slight headwind, but same thing with this. The only difference with this one is a little bit more stable, so I'll throw it flat, and I'm still going to get a big right out of it, but it's going to slightly come back left. I'll put a real slight hyzer on it to get maximum distance. With a headwind, if I throw it at a big hyzer, I'll get the flip over, but sometimes it'll flip over too much. But Nuke, gotta have them. Well, that's basically everything I carry. The only other thing I have in my bag that I think is a must is my WHALESAC. I've just been using these maybe for about 6 months now. Love the WHALESAC. I've had other brands, Birdie Bag, you know, all the other manufacturers. I don't like that with the other ones, the stuff that comes out, it gets all over your clothes and your pants, and you got these white marks, and it just, I just don't like it. So with this, I think it's clay some kind of clay particle inside. This is actually the Peter McBride one, I believe. Love the WHALESAC though. I actually ripped this one open, took some of the stuff out, so it's a little bit more grippable, but love the WHALESAC. Great to have for wet, not wet, but you know, moist, slightly moisturous hands. But yeah, I definitely carry one of those. The only other thing I carry is my Discraft towel. I have to have that, drying off all my discs. And that's it, guys. That's what's in the bag for 2021. I hope you like my videos. I try to put content out daily. Not all of them are amazingly great shots, but I just try to keep you guys entertained and hope you guys enjoy them. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have that as well as my Instagram. I put content out on them both daily. Try to. Sometimes I'll miss a little, you know, maybe a day or two or something like that, but I try to keep them pretty consistent. And like I said, thanks, and see you guys soon.